Do you ever feel like your body isn't as strong as it used to be? Like standing up from a chair takes more effort, or climbing the stairs leaves you out of breath? Maybe you've even noticed that carrying groceries feels heavier than before. Well, you're not alone. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, a condition called sarcopenia. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept it. In this video, I'll show you 5 simple but powerful exercises to help you regain strength, improve balance, and maintain your independence for years to come. Sarcopenia might sound like a complicated medical term, but let's keep it simple. It's just the natural loss of muscle as we age. And here's the thing, losing muscle doesn't just mean feeling weaker. It can affect everything from your balance to your ability to do the things you love, like gardening, playing with grandkids, or even just getting out of bed without effort. But here's the good news. This isn't something you have to accept as a part of aging. In fact, you have more control than you think. I have worked with seniors who thought they would never feel strong again, and in just a few weeks, their energy and confidence soared. One of them, a 75-year-old gentleman, told me he could finally pick up his grandchild again after following these exercises. That is the power of movement. So if you are ready to take control of your health, you are in the right place. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you will have a simple, science-backed plan to get stronger every day. No fancy gym, no expensive equipment, just a few minutes a day to reclaim your strength and independence. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed that you don't move as easily as you used to? Maybe walking up the stairs feels harder, or standing up from a chair takes a little more effort than before. You might even catch yourself avoiding certain activities because you're afraid of losing balance or getting tired too quickly. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is a common experience for many older adults, and it's a key sign that muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, is setting in. I have met people who thought they were just getting too old to do things they once enjoyed. But the truth is, it's not just aging. It's muscle loss that's the real problem. And here's the thing, if you don't take action, sarcopenia can lead to serious consequences, like falls, fractures, and even loss of independence. But the great news? You have the power to fight back. In this video, I will show you 5 simple but effective exercises to help you stay strong, mobile, and confident. So, let's get started. All right, let's get into it. The first exercise we're doing today is called the sit to stand. This one is incredibly important because it mimics a movement we do every single day, standing up from a chair. Now, you might be thinking, I already do this all the time. But here's the catch. The way you do it matters. If you struggle to stand up without using your hands or feel a little wobbly when you do, this is the perfect exercise to strengthen your legs, improve your balance, and make standing up easier and safer. So, let's set up. Find a sturdy chair, not too high, not too low, and make sure it won't slide. Sit towards the edge with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Keep your back straight and place your hands on your thighs or extend them in front of you for balance. Now here's the key part. Before you stand up, lean forward slightly. This shifts your center of gravity forward, making it easier to push through your legs instead of pulling yourself up with your arms. Now push through your heels, engage your thighs and glutes, and stand up tall. Pause for a second, then slowly lower yourself back down, controlled and steady. That's 1 rep. If this feels too easy, great. You can hold a small weight at your chest to make it more challenging. But if this is tough for you, don't worry. Start by using a chair with armrests and lightly pushing off with your hands until your legs get stronger. Your goal is to eventually stand up without any hand support. Why this exercise matters. Every time you get out of bed, up from a couch or off the toilet, you're doing a variation of this movement. And if those actions start feeling difficult, that's a sign that your leg muscles are weakening. Weak legs increase your risk of falls, which can lead to serious injuries. But the sit-to-stand exercise directly targets those key muscles, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core, helping you maintain strength and stability. A real-life success story. I worked with a woman named Janet. She's 72 years old. When we first started, she could barely stand without using her hands. And even then, she felt off balance. She told me, "I'm scared of falling, so I avoid standing up too much." But after just a few weeks of practicing this exercise daily, she was standing up with confidence without any assistance. Now she tells me she moves around her home so much easier and doesn't live in fear of falling anymore. That's the kind of transformation this simple exercise can bring. Common mistakes and how to fix them. 1. Not leaning forward first. If you try to stand straight up without shifting forward, you're making it harder on yourself. 2. Using momentum instead of strength. Don't rush. Move in a slow, controlled motion to engage your muscles. 3. Letting knees cave in. Keep them aligned over your toes to avoid unnecessary strain. Reps and routine. Start with 10 to 15 reps, 2 to 3 sets per day. If that's too much, start with 5 and work your way up. Even just a few reps a day can dramatically improve your strength and confidence. Now let's move on to our next exercise, the seated march. This one is fantastic because it helps strengthen your hip flexors, core, and leg muscles, all of which are essential for walking, climbing stairs, and even just standing with confidence. You might be thinking, marching? That sounds simple. And you're right, it's simple but incredibly effective. Many seniors experience hip weakness without even realizing it. If you've ever struggled to lift your leg to step onto a curb or felt unsteady when taking a big step forward, that's a sign your hip flexors and core muscles need work. The seated march is a safe way to build that strength without putting stress on your joints. How to do it? 1. Sit towards the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-sync apart. 2. Keep your back straight, engage your core, and lift one knee as high as you comfortably can. 3. Lower your legs slowly and switch sides, marching in place. 4. Maintain a steady rhythm and keep breathing normally. To get the most out of this, focus on controlled movements rather than speed. If you find yourself leaning back, try engaging your core a little more. The stronger your core, the better your balance and stability. A real-life example. I had a client, Bob, who used to trip over small steps because his legs weren't lifting as high as they should. After a few weeks of practicing the seated march, he noticed a huge difference in how smoothly he could walk. No more dragging his feet or feeling off balance, just strong, steady steps. Routine. Do 20 marches, 10 per leg, 2-3 sets per day. If this is too easy, try lifting your leg higher or adding light ankle weights for extra resistance. Next up, we have an incredibly important exercise for improving balance and coordination, the heel-to-toe walk. Now you might be thinking, walking? I already do that every day. But the way we're doing it here is a bit different and much more effective for keeping you steady on your feet. Why this exercise matters. As we age, our balance naturally declines, and if you've ever felt wobbly when walking, struggled to keep steady when turning, or found yourself reaching for furniture to avoid falling, this exercise is exactly what you need. It mimics how we walk in real life but forces us to engage our stabilizing muscles more than usual. How to do it. 1. Find a clear space where you can walk about 10 steps in a straight line. 2. Stand tall with your feet together and keep your eyes looking straight ahead, not down at your feet. 3. Step forward, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of your other foot, as if walking on a tightrope. 4. Take slow, controlled steps forward, engaging your core for stability. 5. If needed, hold onto a wall or counter for support in the beginning. Common mistakes and fixes. Looking down too much? Keep your head up to simulate real walking conditions. Going too fast? Slow, deliberate steps activate stabilizing muscles better. Holding breath? Stay relaxed and breathe naturally. A real-life example, I worked with a woman named Susan who told me she avoided going for walks because she feared losing her balance. After practicing the heel-to-toe walk daily, she said, "I feel so much steadier and I don't hesitate when stepping off curbs anymore." Do 10 steps forward and 10 steps back, repeating 2 to 3 times per day. If this feels easy, try doing it without holding on to anything or closing your eyes for an advanced challenge. Now let's talk about upper body strength, something that often gets overlooked but is essential for daily life. That's where the counter push-up comes in. This exercise is perfect for strengthening your arms, shoulders, chest, and core, all while being gentle on your joints. Think about how many times a day you push yourself up off a chair, out of bed, or even when reaching for something. If your upper body strength declines, simple tasks like lifting groceries, carrying a laundry basket, or even opening a heavy door can feel challenging. The counter push-up helps keep your upper body strong without the strain of regular push-ups on the floor. How to do it. 1. Stand facing a sturdy countertop or a solid table. 2. Place your hands shoulder-thimb apart on the surface, keeping your arms straight but not locked. 3. Step your feet back so your body is at an angle. The farther back, the harder it gets. 4. Lower yourself slowly towards the counter, keeping your elbows tucked in. 5. Press back up to your starting position. That's 1 rep. Common mistakes and fixes. Letting your elbows flare out. Keep them close to your body to avoid shoulder strain. Dropping your hips. Engage your core so your body stays in a straight line. Rushing through reps. Slower movements build more strength. One of my clients, Jim, struggled with opening jars and pushing himself up from his recliner. After adding counter push-ups to his routine, he told me, "I feel stronger every time I get out of bed. I don't have to push off with my hands as much anymore." Start with 10-15 reps, 2 to 3 sets per day. If this gets too easy, try stepping your feet farther back or using a lower surface like a sturdy table or even a couch edge for more challenge. Last but definitely not least, we have an exercise that plays a huge role in walking, climbing stairs, and keeping you steady on your feet: calf raises and shin lifts. If you've ever felt like your legs get tired quickly or you struggle with foot pain, this one is for you. Why this exercise matters. Your calves and shins are crucial for keeping you stable and mobile. Strong calf muscles help you push off the ground when walking, and strong shin muscles prevent tripping by ensuring your toes lift properly. If these muscles weaken, you're at a higher risk of falls and can experience foot fatigue more easily. How to do it. 1. Stand tall with your feet hip-thick apart near a counter or wall for support. 2. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you can. 3. Lower yourself back down in a controlled motion. 4. Now, for the shin lift, shift your weight onto your heels and lift your toes off the floor. 5. Repeat, alternating between calf raises and shin lifts. Common mistakes and fixes. Bouncing up and down. Move slowly to fully engage your muscles. Leaning forward too much. Stay upright and engage your core for stability. Holding your breath. Relax and breathe steadily. One of my clients, Mark, used to complain about his legs feeling heavy when walking. After practicing this exercise for a few weeks, he told me, "I don't feel like my legs are dragging anymore. I can walk longer without needing a break." Do 15 to 20 reps, 2 to 3 sets per day. If this gets too easy, try doing them on one leg at a time or holding onto light weights for extra resistance. For our final exercise, let's focus on a movement that strengthens both your legs and core while improving overall stability: the step-back lunge. Now, before you hear the word lunge and think, "That sounds too intense for me," let me reassure you, this version is modified for seniors and can be done at your own pace. Why this exercise matters. Every time you step backward, whether to avoid an obstacle or reposition yourself, you're using the same muscles we engage in this exercise. By practicing it in a controlled way, you'll gain better balance, stronger legs, and more confidence in your movements. It's also great for preventing falls and making everyday activities like climbing stairs or bending down much easier. How to do it. 1. Stand tall with your feet hip-thick apart, near a counter or wall for support. 2. Take a small step back with one foot, keeping your weight evenly distributed. 3. Bend your knees slightly, lowering yourself gently while keeping your back straight. 4. Push through your front leg to return to standing. 5. Switch sides, and repeat. Common mistakes and fixes. Stepping too far back. Keep it small and controlled to maintain balance. Leaning forward, stay upright and engage your core for stability. Holding your breath, relax and breathe deeply throughout the movement. My client Mary used to feel wobbly when stepping backward to grab something behind her. After just a few weeks of practicing this exercise, she told me, "I feel so much steadier now. I don't feel nervous moving around my kitchen anymore." Start with 10 reps per leg, 2 to 3 sets per day. For extra challenge, try doing it without holding onto support or add a small weight for resistance. All right, before we wrap things up, let's talk about something just as important as the exercises themselves: common mistakes people make when exercising. I've seen so many seniors start a workout routine with great intentions, but small mistakes can slow down progress or even lead to injuries. So let's go over some key things to avoid and how to fix them. 1. Doing the exercises too fast. I get it. When you're motivated, you want to power through, but here's the thing: faster doesn't mean better. When you rush, you're using momentum instead of strength, and that means you're not engaging the right muscles. Fix it. Slow it down. Focus on controlled movements and feeling the muscles working with every rep. 2. Holding your breath. You might not even notice it, but many people hold their breath during exercise, especially when they're concentrating. But breathing properly is key. It helps oxygen reach your muscles and keeps your body relaxed. Fix it. Try this simple rule: exhale on exertion, when you lift or push, and inhale on the way down. 3. Skipping warm-ups and cool-downs. Jumping right into exercise without warming up is like driving a car on a cold morning. It's just not a good idea. Your muscles need a few minutes to wake up before working. Fix it. Start with some gentle stretching or light marching in place for 2-3 minutes before jumping into exercises. A real-life example: I had a client, Joe, who used to rush through exercises without breathing properly. After just 1 week of slowing down and focusing on his breathing, he told me, "I feel like I'm actually working my muscles now, and I don't feel as tired afterward." Final tip: listen to your body. If something feels off or painful, adjust your form or take a break. Consistency and proper technique are the keys to getting stronger safely. Now, let's talk about something that's just as important as exercise: nutrition. You can do all the right workouts, but if your body isn't getting the right fuel, you won't see the results you want. So, what should you be eating to keep your muscles strong? Let's break it down. 1. Protein. The building block of muscles. Your muscles need protein to repair and grow, and as we age, we need more of it to maintain muscle mass. Best sources: lean meats, eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, beans, and tofu. Tip: try to get 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. A piece of chicken, a couple of eggs, or a protein smoothie are great options. 2. Vitamin D and calcium. Strong muscles need strong bones. Your muscles attach to your bones, so keeping them strong reduces injury risk. Best sources of calcium: dairy products, leafy greens, and almonds. Best sources of vitamin D: sunlight, salmon, and fortified dairy or cereal. 3. Hydration. Don't let your muscles cramp up. Muscle cramps and fatigue? It could be dehydration. Fix it. Aim for 6-8 glasses of water per day, and if you sweat a lot, consider adding electrolytes. A real-life example: I worked with a senior named Kathy, who was always feeling weak despite exercising. Turns out, she wasn't eating enough protein. Once she started adding more lean meats and dairy to her diet, she felt more energetic and stronger and recovered faster after workouts. Final tip: don't skip meals. Eating a balanced diet with enough protein, healthy fats, and nutrients is the best way to keep your muscles working for you. So, next time you sit down for a meal, ask yourself, am I giving my muscles the fuel they need? A few simple changes in your diet can make a huge difference in how strong, active, and energized you feel every single day. Alright, now that we've covered all the key exercises, let's put them into a simple 7-day workout plan that you can follow easily. The goal here is consistency, because even just 10-15 minutes a day can lead to huge improvements over time. Here's your 7-day plan. Day 1. Sit to stand plus heel to toe walk, 2 sets each. Day 2, seated march plus counter push-up, 2-3 sets each. Day 3, calf raises plus shin lifts, 2-3 sets. Day 4, rest or light stretching, active recovery. Day 5, repeat day 1 with an extra set. Day 6, repeat day 2 but slow down the reps for more control. Day 7, full routine, 1 set of each exercise. The best part? This plan only takes around 15 minutes a day, and you don't need any fancy equipment. Why this routine works. Each exercise targets different muscle groups, helping to improve strength, balance, and mobility. By gradually increasing reps or intensity, your body will keep getting stronger without feeling overwhelmed. A real-life success story. I had a client, Greg, who had trouble standing up from his couch. After sticking to this 7-day plan for a month, he told me, "I don't even think about it anymore. It just feels natural." That's the power of small, consistent efforts. Stay patient and track your progress. Keep a journal and write down how many reps you do each day. You'll be amazed at how much stronger you feel in just a few weeks. Remember, building strength is about consistency, not perfection. Even if you miss a day, don't get discouraged. Pick up where you left off and keep moving forward. The key is to make this a habit, so your body stays strong, balanced, and independent for years to come. So here's the big question. What happens when you stick to these exercises for just a few weeks? Well, let me tell you, the results can be life-changing. Imagine standing up from your chair without hesitation, walking confidently without worrying about balance, and even going up the stairs without holding onto the railing. One of my clients, Linda, told me that before starting these workouts, she felt like she was slowing down too fast. But after just a few weeks, she was able to keep up with her grandkids at the park, something she thought she'd never do again. That's what happens when you put in the effort. You'll feel stronger. You'll move more easily. You'll have more confidence in your daily life. This isn't just about exercising, it's about gaining freedom and independence. So are you ready to take control of your strength? Let's make it happen. So there you have it. 5 simple but powerful exercises that can help you stay strong, steady, and independent as you age. If you've made it this far, I just want to say, I'm so proud of you for taking the first step toward a healthier, more active life. Now, I know starting something new can feel overwhelming, but remember, progress happens one step at a time. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent. I had a client, George, who used to feel discouraged because he thought he was too old to build strength. But after just a few weeks, he told me, "I feel like I have control over my body again." That's what happens when you commit to small daily movements. So what's next? Keep practicing, stay patient, and most importantly, don't give up on yourself, because your future self will thank you for every effort you make today.